Hello and welcome to another Uncut video. Today we're here on Bushrangers Run looking at the new feeders for the feral goats, and we'll also just be talking about a couple of other things that were released in Thursday's status update. But right now we've actually got 3 goats out here, and a pig apparently. There is a goat somewhere up there. We'll get eyes on it in a minute, and there's a couple of decent ones out here. There's this one, which looks probably 170, maybe 180 or above. And this one here, similar score range there, and then there is the other one, which is just a small piebald. So we'll try to take all 3 of them if we can. I've got the 6.5. We might have hit him there. He turned right before I had, right before I shot. Oh, I got the wrong binoculars. Let's switch that. Get the marker a bit better. Alright, so, okay, first of all, the way bait systems work has been overhauled entirely. So, the way it used to work, you had, you could put bait in it up to 50 units, and then your attractiveness would grow over a period of days until it would get to 100 or wherever it maxed out. If the area was not as good, it wouldn't get up to 100%. It would get somewhere lower, 70, 80, 92, something like that. You would normally get. And then once you shot an animal, 75% would be knocked off. You'd be down to, say, 25 if you started at 75. Or at 100 rather. You lose the 75 and be down to 25, and then it would steadily increase again at a bit of a faster rate because you did already have it at 100. And then once you ran out of bait, you still had attractiveness for a couple more days before it would run out entirely. It's not a bad feral goat. We'll take a picture of that while I'm talking. So now, basically, once you set up a feeder and put bait in it, you have to wait 4 hours before it starts attracting animals. And basically it's at its peak attractiveness already, if I understand that correctly. So as soon as you hit the 4-hour period, you're at the peak attractiveness for your feeder. That is my understanding currently. That looks pretty good. I did buy the Sticky 3D Arid camo as well. So, you get to your max or peak attractiveness after 4 hours of having it up. And then once you shoot an animal, it will be 30 minutes until it can start attracting animals again. Oh good, we did get the other goat. So that is if you're the host. So if you're in a multiplayer game and you're hosting, it still applies the same way. But if you're not the host of a multiplayer game, you can potentially sit there and shoot multiple goats off the same feeder, or multiple animals. I guess it's not just the goats that I'm talking about. And they'll keep coming back. So there's no 30-minute time in between if you're not the host of the game. So, yeah, that's kind of the way that works. And now there is no attractiveness at all, as I said. Basically, there's 3 different feeder states. There's active, which means there's feed in the feeder and it is currently able to attract animals. There's inactive, which means there's either no feed or it can't attract animals for whatever other reason they may have listed if there were any. And then there's penalty, which is the 30 minutes after you shoot an animal that you have to wait until it'll start attracting animals again. Where did that male feral hog go? There he is. I think that's him. Yeah. I can't talk and hunt at the same time. Alright. So yeah. I'm pretty satisfied with the way they did it. It's going to be cool to be able to potentially bow hunt off of a feeder that someone else is hosting and be able to not like hurt the attractiveness or have to wait 30 minutes between each shot, basically. So that's nice. The one good thing is what you can do is what we just did at that feeder. You can just take as many as you can. After your first shot, you try to get as many as you can as they run away. And then potentially go to another feeder if you have that set up. Then you can do that there and then go back. At least you can attempt to do something like that. And it's kind of infinite in that respect. What I don't know yet, what I want to find out, is if animals now can be attracted that weren't originally attracted, because I think the way it used to work was that it only attracted animals that spawned within its attraction zone. So, for instance, with goat feeders, even though they never did this because they just did come out, let's say 5 goats spawn in the attraction zone, and then another random goat walks through, it wouldn't be attracted with the old system. At least that was my understanding of it. I'm pretty sure that was the case. But now I'm wondering if that animal that just walks through can be attracted. It'd be really cool if they could. That's what I'm hoping for. I was doing a bit of testing with these feeders earlier. Actually, just the one that I was at. There is another one we're going to go to, by the way. Right up here. We'll make our way in that direction, kind of. But, yeah, I did a bit of testing, except my game crashed, so I didn't get to see if coming back after 30 minutes there'd be more goats there that weren't originally. But yeah, definitely really cool to see that they overhauled that. As I said, they did do all the feeders, so hogs, goats, and bear all have been overhauled with the same idea, that there's going to be the 3 feeder states, as I mentioned, and all that good stuff. So yeah, cool that they redid it. Hopefully what I want to do is see if I can get a friend to host for me, so that I can hunt a goat feeder with a bow, just to see how many we can get in a couple, maybe an hour or two, something like that, because I won't be getting the 30-minute penalty for each shot. So I want to try that out for sure. Hopefully within the next week or two I can attempt to get that set up. There's a goat over there. A white one. We'll get to a place we can go prone and we'll take a shot on her. I think that was a female. I guess technically it was just a small one, so I assumed it was a female. See if I was right. I was. Was a good guess. Alright. Loving this 6.5 lately, by the way. Alright, not a great shot, but that was a hit. Alright, I don't know how that took her down. I thought that should have hit her in the foot. Maybe because she was going downhill we got a bit better of a shot than I was expecting, but not going to complain. It took her down. Got my recurve with me as well if somehow we would have the chance to bow a goat. Whoa. Don't fall down. My other feeder, I think it's a similar range from the tripod to the actual feeder. So there is potential to be able to do that. I don't know if we'll try it in this video or not. Because I am trying to kill as many as possible, obviously, in the amount of time that we have. But yeah, that was the main thing of what I wanted to talk about. Just the fact that the feeders have been overhauled, which is something that's been wanted for a long time by new players, veteran players. People have just wanted a change ever since, like, so there was the original setup, which apparently was never working 100% properly, where you could get like 20 feral hogs and wild boars on a feeder and like 10 to 15 bears every spawn. Okay, we actually had a lot better shot on our follow-up there than I thought. But then after it was changed to be a bit more like it was supposed to be, I don't want to get to that feeder just yet though. I'm going to cut back this way a bit. There was a lot less animals on feeders, and it seemed like the attraction of feeders that were in the same place changed. Because I had a feeder that would get to 100% all the time for feral hogs on Loggers Point, right by the center tower. And then after that change, it was only getting to 92, and I wasn't getting nearly the amount of hogs that I used to. So after that, that's when a lot of the suggestions and stuff came in for a changed baiting system, and rightfully so, because when we were kind of introduced to the way it used to work, obviously when things changed and it didn't work as well for us, being that we just didn't see as many animals and stuff, obviously there's a reason to want change there, at least to be somewhere near how it used to be. And it seems like this new system is going to be the best way to do that. Definitely we're seeing an increase in animals on feeders already, from different screenshots that I've seen from others, and a bit of my own testing. There's definitely more animals on these same feeders that I used to put up since the second change, or the first change rather, I guess technically, where the animals seem to be a lot less. It seems like they're showing up a bit more frequently now, which is really good. Like I said, I think since originally we had it the way that we did, naturally there's a reason to want to bring it back, at least close to how it was. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting to hunt some bears and hogs again. I haven't filled a feeder in a long time, other than here and there on Red Feather Falls for multiplayer games, which again I'm still not going to be able to host. By the way, if you guys have missed that, if you've noticed I haven't been hosting, I'm going to start again probably at the end of the school year. As of now, I'm quite busy in the afternoon, so I can't really host games, but yeah, other than here and there for multiplayer games, mostly on Red Feather Falls, and I did the one on Hirschfelden for that video I just did with DD33. Other than that, I haven't really had a feeder filled in a long time, so I'm looking forward to getting to do some feeder hunting again and seeing how that goes. I did check just to see, with the 30-minute kind of cooldown period in between. After you shoot an animal, there is 30 minutes. Oops, was that a goat? Yeah. There is 30 minutes between that and before animals start being attracted again, because I did just sit there in my tower where we just were and waited, and no goats came in. So at least for feral goats, and I imagine for everything else, because it should be pretty much the same coding. It is 30 minutes even in the game, so, and what they did say was restarting the game or launching a new game isn't gonna reset that 30 minutes. So let's say you shoot your goat and you start a new game, it's still gonna be 30 minutes until the feeder starts attracting animals again, which is good because it's gonna eliminate spawn mashing. Well, not eliminate it, but knock it down at least, because you have to wait the 30 minutes, so you can't get 10 hunts in 30 minutes on the same feeder. It is going to make it interesting for competitions as well, though, such as like any of the feral hog competitions or the black bear, brown bear, and eventually, oh, I forgot wild boar, and then eventually feral goats, because generally the way it used to work, because attractiveness would drop so much after one shot, you would really have to be careful about what animal you shot off your feeder to be your competition entry, because if it wasn't good enough to take top 3 or top 1, if that's what you're really after, you might not get it, because you'd have to wait until your attractiveness went back up. So now, after 30 minutes, you can go back and you should be good to go again. So if you see a nice pig, for example, if you're doing a feral hog competition, you could shoot it, and even if it's not super high scoring, you could go back in 30 minutes and your attractiveness will be good to go again, and you should be attracting about the same number of pigs as you were before. So that's good. I think that's going to help some people with competitions. I don't do a ton of competition hunting anyway. I might start with the feral hogs and bears again. I used to do them a bit more when the feeders were how they originally were, but I stopped doing them even before they were changed. That is a goat. I didn't see that there. That was not the reason I pulled up my binoculars. Oh boy, I can't even see it now. I just happened to be scanning ahead and saw the orange. Sorry this is a bit more slow paced, by the way, than the normal Uncut videos that we do, but feral goats tend to spook from pretty far, so I've been going plenty slow. The other thing is, the clock that I always pay attention to how long I'm recording for actually stopped working. I don't know if it was the battery or not. I haven't gotten a chance to replace it because it's one of those like obscure little round batteries that you have to actually find the right type. So I haven't even looked at that yet. So I'm trying to keep time based on the hunter mate. I think it's been like 15 minutes since I started recording, roughly. So let's see where we're at. I hope that goat's not on the feeder or attracted to the feeder, that one that we just saw. Should be careful about that. So I am going to start heading towards that feeder now. And actually we want to approach it from the south because that's where the tripod's at. So this part of the video might be a bit boring because it's going to be sneaking up to the feeder, but hopefully when we get there there's going to be a couple of goats for us to shoot at. I haven't gotten a really nice trophy goat off a feeder yet. That 196 that we got this video was the biggest one that I've gotten in 3 separate feeder trips. I've not been to this feeder at all. But I placed it right by, well, not right by, but pretty close to this lodge. So I could go to it from there. And it's also fairly close to this lodge. If I could speak English, that'd be great. I find that they tend to be in the area of the second lodge that I circled, the one in the east, quite often. So I thought this would be a pretty good area to put it, kind of in between, so technically you could go to it from either lodge. The advantage being from the west lodge you can actually get to the tripod without going like past the feeder. But we can kind of do it from this side too, we just have to be a bit more careful. I don't know if I'm going to go all the way to the tripod. We might just go to where we can see, which should be just up here. And then we can try to take a couple of goats from there. I'm not sure if I'm going to make this video like a full 30 minutes like I normally do. I guess it's just going to go until we take out the couple of goats from this feeder. And we may run around a little bit and just hope for the best. But the main thing I wanted to do was show off the feeders a little bit in case you guys were wondering about getting them. I may do a video next week if I can, hunting a couple of other different types of feeders, just to show you guys that they are in fact working as intended. The system's a lot simpler now, is one of the things that the developers said in the status update. So that's definitely good from both sides. It's a little easier for us to understand. It's going to be easier for them to maintain and troubleshoot. So I think we might have to go through those trees. I'm not sure. There's a hog. Don't really want to shoot her though, because we'll spook everything off the feeder. Could take her with a bow, I guess. Give her a call. When they're trotting around like that, it generally can be a bit harder to call them in. Sometimes they don't seem to be attracted to the call. As you can see, she's still trotting away from us. Okay, let's get prone. I've noticed a huge difference wearing this camo compared to the random stuff that I used to wear when I didn't have the camo for the map. Animals definitely do not see you as easily. So it's good. I hear a kangaroo. Could you guys hear that? Yep. We're going to try to get the kangaroo. They have such a odd hopping pattern. Oh my goodness. Notice me. Okay, Okay, we're gonna get something. I didn't want to make a bad shot on the kangaroo because I don't want to be tracking. Alright then. Would have been better making a bad shot, I guess, because we spooked them, but at least they were both females. Now we can focus on getting to this goat feeder. Because they spook from so far away, I've been extra careful. When approaching them, I'll go prone from pretty far away, which I'll probably do again, so hopefully I can keep you guys entertained by talking for a bit as we're slowly making our way towards the feeder. And I think we will go straight at it instead of trying to get around to the south. To the tripod, we'll just try to shoot at them from where we're at. So I'll probably do kind of the method of crawling a bit, and then crouching to gain some distance, and then crawling again. It tends to keep you hidden pretty well, and you gain distance a lot faster than just crawling rather. So yeah, by the time this is up, it's going to be April already. Pretty crazy how fast this year's gone, or is going, I guess, if we're talking about... I was talking about the school year when I said how fast this year's gone, but as far as from a calendar year standpoint, it's going quite fast, at least for me. I imagine some of you guys have similar feelings about that. So, one thing that I haven't gotten to talk about in a video since uploading that, like, what did I call it, shoot, talk, repeat video, the feedback to that was pretty good. Some of you guys still prefer these normal uncut videos, and some of you guys said you actually like those better. So I'm going to try to keep a mix of both. I will try to do one of these and then one shoot, talk, repeat video, instead of doing like 2 uncut videos in a row. Should I want to do an uncut video, I'll have to do like the opposite of whatever I did last, basically, is my idea there. So there's our tripod. What's interesting is I've not heard a goat call from this feeder. And one thing I just remembered that I didn't mention, the way that bait is consumed from a feeder is different than it used to be as well. It used to be based off attractiveness. Now it is entirely constant. It's always 10 units per 24 hours. So basically 5 days to use up all the bait in your feeder. And one thing they said was, if you let your feeder go to 0 bait, you'll have to fill it again, and then you'll have that same 4-hour period before it starts attracting animals again. But if you keep it filled, then that won't happen. So, thought I heard footsteps. Filling your feeder while there's bait in it does not make a new 4-hour period that you have to wait on to hunt it. Only when it's empty. There is a goat there, my goodness. Couple of goats. Good. Couple of goats that we just spooked. Not good. We'll just run over to this tripod and hopefully we can take them all out. I should have known I wasn't being very careful there. Hopefully we can get them as they run away. I've gotten a lot better at shooting running animals ever since feral goats were released. Alright. Get one anyway. If we can hit it. Oh no, we're out of ammo. Whoops. We hit that one. Of course, he's the only one actually going where we can see. The others are going through the trees. Let's see if those railroad tracks are in our render. They are not. Just barely. So what we'll do is we'll just take our time getting down there. Take it slow. The other goats should just... Actually, they'll probably trot pretty quickly, so we'll want to be able to see past those trees for sure. So I think we'll walk. And hopefully we can get a couple of them before wrapping up the video. But yeah, I'm very much liking the feral goat feeders. As I said, I'm looking forward to getting to bow hunt them, hopefully off a friend's feeder at some point in the near future. and hopefully I can record that in case you guys don't have that opportunity. And then I will try to keep my goat feeders full, especially when I do start hosting again. Is that a goat? No, I don't think so. So that you guys can hunt them. Hopefully at some point I'm going to try to get all tripods set up, because I did have a couple of goats that were pretty close to the tower over there where we started. They were definitely nervous as they were coming into my feeder when they got closer to the tower, so I think the tripod will give a bit better camouflage. I actually don't know. That's something else I'll check out before too long. Definitely before I get to start hosting again. Alright. Hopefully those goats show up again. They were small. I did get to see both of them, I believe. Assuming there were only two, I got to see both of them. There may have been more. I haven't really just sat at a feeder for a while and waited for a bunch of goats to come in to see if that even happens. I was going to do that prior to this video. I was going to sit in that tower for a while, but then when the couple of decent goats were there, I didn't want them to walk away. So I wanted to get both of them. And the piebald was there too. That was kind of a nice start. So I just went with that. And I think we've killed 6 goats? Something like that. And the 1 or 2 feral hogs. It's been a pretty decent hunt so far. I think we're right about 25 minutes at this point. 2 body shots on that one. Yeah, we'll go ahead and run around a bit, I guess, since there's only about 5 minutes, I believe, maybe 6 or 7. Until we're going to be around 30 minutes, we can just do that. But as I mentioned, I pretty much said everything that I planned on saying, so I don't have much else in terms of that. There's a goat. Oh boy. I don't have high weapon skill with this. Would have been able to take a shot if that tree wasn't there. Just put a marker there and run in that direction for a bit. Actually, I think I see it. It's trotting now, so we'll just get on this little peak and we'll be able to get a shot on him. So I'm glad we didn't end it. We'll at least get one more here. Oh, one thing I was saying earlier, I'm really liking the 6.5, especially for goats, because you don't have to make perfect shots on them and they'll still go down. And it does have a very quick follow-up because it chambers a new round quite quickly. Normally I would have taken that shot even though I couldn't see it because I know where it is. But because I don't want to be tracking and so you guys can actually see, I'm going to wait till he pops out the other side. Oops. Okay, it's just a female feral hog anyway. Alright, you can kind of see him there. I think we spined him. Okay, that's a hog. I don't so much care about that. I'm sure you guys have seen feral hogs before. Another hog. I'm not very inclined to shoot at a fleeing hog with the 6.5 because it is a bit of a smaller caliber. For the feral hogs, generally you have to catch a vital for them to actually go down. But I'm finding body shots with the 6.5 and even the 223 actually are taking down the feral goats, so they don't require near as much firepower. So unless another goat shows up, I think we'll probably end it with this one just because I don't want to be talking about nothing forever with you guys because I've kind of been doing that already, just kind of repeating things. Okay. Don't know why you haven't spooked. Try to get a lung shot on him though. We'll let him get onto the tracks. Maybe we won't. I don't know if we'll need a follow-up or not. I'm going to mark this goat. He had kind of the bigger looking, like kudu style antlers. or at least they looked kind of big. I don't think it was as big as I've seen them. Take a look as we go past. Not too bad. But as you guys know, I like to end with a trophy shot, so I prefer a decent feral goat over a rather small male feral hog. But to get one more kill, and actually he didn't run far at all, I figured why not, especially since we had a pretty easy shot just across the open. And that's another thing that I did want to address. People have mentioned that the feral goats aren't as realistic as they could be because they're a bit too smart, they're a bit more like ibex, and I think it's just a game balance issue. I mean, this map's pretty open, so if you just had very dull goats running around, like, they, say, wouldn't see you until you're, say, 75 meters away or something, it'd be all too easy to just kill a bunch of them, and it already is, honestly. So I'm perfectly okay with them being a bit smarter than maybe they are in real life for the sake of game balance. I don't know what you guys think about that, but I've killed plenty of them, and I don't really have to try that hard to do so. If you want to bow hunt them, that's one thing, but now with the feeders, that's going to be a bit nicer. Alright, so a decent goat, 109 score to end off the video. Try to get a different looking trophy shot for this guy. What could we do? Want to try. Nah, it's gonna be too wide. We'll do that. So another thing, I just mentioned this on the forums recently, and a couple of people jumped on board immediately, that I'd like to see is like a brightness filter, or what I thought of, but I don't know how easy it would be to code, is like a filter that basically puts the sunlight facing the way the camera's facing. So you would take the picture and go through your filters, and there would be one that would put the sunlight as is in this picture, basically, so you're not in the shadows. Because a lot of times, maybe you don't make a great shot on an animal and it goes down in the trees, or where you shoot it, it's just not a great place for a trophy shot, and that happens. So it'd be nice to be able to kind of fix it by just adding a filter that puts the sunlight as you'd like it. But I don't know, I think that'd be kind of cool. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did, and I'll see you in the next one.